Thanks for joining me. I'm Jerrel. This is Sungrand. Let's go ahead and take a look at this topic today about one of the character artists that worked on Concord is working at Insomniac doing work on the Wolverine game. So I've seen people bring this up in my comment section. And this is interesting to me. So a while back, I discussed the character designs of Concord, and these are character designs that are atrocious. They are an absolute nightmare. Whoever created the actual designs would be known as the character designer. And the topic of that is not one that I enjoy discussing because I don't like being negative, but we have to be able to honestly provide critique when it comes to creation and art. Because if you don't critique, if you only have this positive, even if it's just false, this false positivity, then you won't improve and you will spiral down an endless rabbit hole of smelling your own farts. So these are the worst character designs that I've ever seen. I don't say that lightly, and I don't like saying negative things, but these are absolutely atrocious. Let's take a look at the staff member in question that people are discussing in terms of Concord. So the staff member in question is Mackenzie Patrick, but this is not a character designer. This is a character artist. And what the character artist does is basically create the 3D models. When you are creating those, your job is not just to create a character model. It needs to be able to animate well in the terms of our high fidelity character pipelines these days. The characters must also make use of physics simulation when it comes to clothes and hair. The 3D models must be manageable by the developers. And so Mackenzie Patrick, who people are pointing out, they're saying this is one of the character designers. No, this is not a character designer. This is a character artist. So from my understanding, and I've looked into this, Mackenzie Patrick did not design this atrocious intestines punk travesty that Herman Hulst was so proud of this. One of the CEOs of Sony. Need I remind you, Sony spent nearly $500 million on Concord. So, yuck is what I have to say about that. This is the job listing for Insomniac Games, who is developing Wolverine. This is the character artist. Let's go ahead and just read through the duties of this, right? So, the essential duties and responsibilities are the following. Create high-resolution models, low-resolution models. That's basically handled through software. It does everything automated these days, or it does the vast majority of all. It does 95% of the work for you. The UV layouts, the texture maps, the materials, to make sure you can properly put materials on there, on all the actual textures. Closely work with the lead character artist to maintain consistent style under the direction of the art director. Optimize models. You got to make sure that it performs. If you have infinite polygons on your character model, I know Sony lied when they were marketing the PlayStation 5. They said infinite polygons or whatever, but as Sony does, they lie about everything. So you need to make sure your characters don't have infinite polygons or your games won't run well. Okay, integrates and checks character assets in context in-game to identify scale and design issues. And that's an important one, making sure that after you create your character model, it looks correct in the game world itself, in the game project. Make sure there aren't any issues when it comes to animating, or just like it's too big or too small, or there's something wrong with the collision, you know, the way that things line up. Uses advanced knowledge of human and animal anatomy to ensure that models achieve a high level of functionality and design aesthetics. Meets with other artists to discuss style and technique and maintain visual consistency. Communicates with rigging and animation departments to ensure models deform correctly and are functional. That is such a big deal. It's kind of a nightmare, because in my games I create monsters, horror cryptids for my Silver Falls series, and that is rigging and animating is such a big deal, you know. Making sure, because so much goes wrong by default, and you just have to keep fixing and refining. Actively participates in technical and artistic problem solving by communicating with other members of the team and other departments. Logistically, stuff has to work. programmatically stuff has to work, and so much stuff can go wrong. It's all problem solving. You have to make sure you make the thing, you try to import it from your program to the game, something goes wrong, you have to be able to solve those problems. Solves problems with visual design, fill in gaps between concept art and modeling. Because in concept art, you can't see absolutely everything. So you kind of, have to make sure that everything is complete when you make the 3D model. Other duties may be required. So, this is Mackenzie Patrick's job. Is very technical, and one thing about the Concord characters, the characters themselves are absolutely atrocious, but the 3D model work is fine. There's nothing wrong. It's quite good. The 3D model work is competent. The problem comes with the actual design of it. The concept of the characters is the problem, not the 3D models themselves. So this is a situation where I don't think there is a reason for people to be concerned in this regard to Mackenzie Patrick, because this is a character artist whose work, it's good. It's pretty good work. I don't see anything to complain about when it comes to the actual technical work. This is technical, competent work when it comes to the 3D modeling that I see here. How much of the actual work in these characters was done by Mackenzie, I don't know, but I have seen the 3D work of X-Men, the new X-Men game, the Wolverine game. The character modeling looks competent. It looks fine to me. The issues that I see people have with the characters in Wolverine is that the faces are very masculine, and that Wolverine has a very soft face. He looks very gentle and delicate. So that's what I wanted to discuss quickly today. I am vaguely aware that sometimes I'll get a comment here or there of people that are angry that I didn't join their hate bandwagon. People thought that I was joining their hate bandwagon. I have no interest in that. So I don't know what people are wrapped up, what sort of echo chambers are online, because I don't care. Okay, have a great day. I'll see you around. Cheers.